So many people in the world are breathing wrong, and they don't even know it. You may think, oh, I know what to do, just breathing through my nose and out through my mouth, but that's not the whole story. In fact, this is just a small piece of the whole breathing puzzle. My name is Travis, and I'm a therapist who's passionate about self-development, and today I want to share 3 breathing techniques that'll help you to better regulate your emotions and feel better throughout the day. But first, you might be a little bit skeptical about this whole breathing thing. I know I was until I learned more about it and actually tried it myself. So the big reason that breathing techniques actually work to help you feel calm and better regulate your emotions, help you focus more, is because it activates something called your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, this sounds like a whole complicated mix of science words, but really all your parasympathetic nervous system is a piece of your nervous system that calms down automatic functions in your body, like digestion, your heart rate, and stress. Breathing properly sends signals to our brain to activate this part of our nervous system. So the better we breathe, the more calm down signals we send to all the different parts of our body. Now that we know why it's important, how do we actually breathe? The first breathing technique is a building block for the other two, and essentially it's just learning how to take a full deep breath. I like to call it the therapy breath because it helps to calm you down. But really what this is you're going to take a breath in so that it expands your stomach first and then rises up to your chest. This is a little bit different than how many people normally breathe, where the breath just stays stuck in the chest a little bit. And what this does, it doesn't allow you to fully relieve the tension throughout the body. This is a good way to know if you're actually feeling anxious or not, is if you try to take a full breath in down to your stomach and it's getting caught in your chest, there's a lot of tension and a lot of stress that needs to be released. So a good way to practice this is to put one hand on your stomach and one hand on your chest. And as you breathe, make sure that the hand on your stomach moves first. So let's pause and practice this for a minute, just so we're on the same page. So you're gonna breathe in through your nose, a full deep breath. Expand your stomach first and then let it rise up to your chest. And then either out through your mouth or out through your nose. You may have just felt, even with that one breath, that it's starting to calm you down a little bit and starting to relieve tension. You'll notice maybe your jaw is tense, maybe your shoulders are tense, and it's going to bring more awareness to the different parts of your body. Now we're going to build on that breathing with the second technique called box breathing. And essentially what this is you're creating a box with your breath. What that means, we're using the same deep breath, the same therapy breath style, but we're breathing on a count of 4, meaning you're going to breathe in for a count of 4, you're going to hold it for a count of 4, you're going to breathe out for a count of 4, and then you're going to wait a count of 4 for the next breath. What this does, it adds a timing and a rhythm to our breathing and helps us get more into a flow, so we don't start breathing too quickly, we don't breathe too slowly, and it helps to pace us to really help calm us down. So just doing a few reps of that, sometimes just even 5 reps before you're about to do an activity, will really help to calm you down. So here's what this looks like. We're going to breathe in, hold it, breathe out, and wait. And then you'll repeat that over and over again as needed. And then the third breathing technique is more of a meditative practice. This is great to really calm your mind down when you're experiencing a lot of stress, you're focusing on a lot of future anxiety, you're mulling over ruminating thoughts. This is something called counting and breathing. How this works is you're going to practice taking the deep breaths, but as you breathe in, you're going to count in your head. And each time you count, you're going to repeat the number 3 times. And as you repeat the number in your head, you're going to visualize the number in your head. This is really important because you're going to activate multiple senses with this, and it's going to work to bring you back into the present moment. So what this looks like is you'll close your eyes and you'll take deep breaths. And as you breathe, you're going to say in your head, and then you're going to visualize, you're going to say 1. 1, 1, and then you're going to move to the next number, 2, 2, 2, and exactly like that. And it's going to be probably a little slower for you, and then you're going to visualize what's actually going on, and in doing so, you're going to activate multiple senses in a simple and repetitive pattern that's going to help to bring you into the present moment. Simple and repetitive are really important because simple doesn't take much energy and much brain power to actually focus on doing it, and repetitive is going to end up being like a meditative practice. And all meditation really is bringing you back into the present moment rather than taking you away from whatever future anxiety, whatever past worries, whatever is going on that's taking you out of the present moment. This is going to help focus and bring you back into the present moment while relieving a lot of tension throughout the body. And repeating it in your head is activating, almost like hearing yourself in your mind. Visualizing it is helping you see it in your mind, and it's activating multiple senses, which make it a more experiential and powerful experience. Practicing and then mastering different breathing techniques can be really beneficial and really change the way that we manage stress. Implementing these as a regular morning routine before bed to help us sleep, or sort of an as needed throughout the day, sometimes just taking a step back and taking one deep breath is all we need to really change our emotional state and relieve our stress in the moment. If you found this valuable, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on the video on what helps you to manage stress, and remember to hit life on all cylinders.